It's your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be...
Okay, so this time you guys really outdid yourselves with the source material. Articles, interviews, even like some serious social media deep dives, and it's all about Dua Lipa's 2025 skincare routine. Like, wow. So we're going to unpack all that today and try to figure out what really matters here. You know, people want to know how someone like her with that crazy schedule and always in the spotlight keeps her skin looking so amazing.
Exactly. Everyone's trying to figure out the secrets to that Dua Lipa glow. And from what I'm seeing in these sources, it's clear that she's not just a pop star anymore. She's like a major force in the beauty world.
Oh, yeah, totally. And looking at all this stuff, it's obvious she's having a huge impact. We're talking Grammys, right? And she's the face of Versace. And get this from that Vogue article you sent. She was named their Beauty Influencer of the Year for 2025. So clearly, something about her approach to skincare is really working. So our mission for today is to really break down the who, what, when, where, and why, and even a little bit of how behind her amazing skin, just going off the info you sent, of course.
Yeah. All right, so let's start with the who then. What's important to understand about Dua Lipa beyond just the music, especially in the context of beauty?
Well, I mean, we all know her as this global pop icon, right? But what your sources are pointing to is how she's gone beyond just the music. She's a total trendsetter in fashion. And as that Vogue piece really emphasizes beauty, too.
Right. Those Grammy Awards show just how big her global influence is. It's way more than just music. And then you add in the whole Versace thing that just solidifies her as like a fashion icon, someone whose choices people really pay attention to. And then on top of that, you mentioned Vogue. Naming her a top beauty influencer in 2025. That's a big deal. It shows she's not just doing endorsements. It's about authenticity for her.
It's interesting, too, how some of these sources brought up her Albanian heritage, like how it influences her less is more philosophy with skincare. It's not about having tons of products. It's more about a strategic, effective approach.
That's a really good point from those interviews you included. It suggests the kind of mindful approach, right? Focusing on quality and getting results over just using a ton of stuff. And as we go through her routine, we can definitely keep that in mind, that idea of choosing carefully and being effective. We'll also talk about who she trusts professionally based on all this research.
Okay, let's get into the what then, the actual products she uses. So based on your research, what are the main things in Dua Lipa's 2025 skincare routine? Let's get specific.
Okay, so for cleansing, she seems to love the Augustinus Bader, the cream cleansing gel. This one's known for being gentle, but still works really well. It hydrates your skin without stripping away all the good stuff. Think of it as creating a good base, a clean slate, but not drying out your skin.
So a gentle cleanse. That makes sense as a first step. What comes next, according to what you found?
From what I'm seeing in your research, it looks like she uses a hydrating essence next, specifically the SK2 facial treatment essence. This was a cult classic for a reason. People swear by that Patera complex in it. They say it makes a big difference in how radiant your skin looks and the overall texture. It gives you that glow from within look that everyone's always talking about.
Ah, the SK2 essence. Definitely a classic. Now, for serums where you usually get more targeted treatments, what did you find?
This is where things get really interesting. Your sources point to her using a custom serum blend that her dermatologist made specifically for her. So while we don't know the exact Formula 1 key ingredient keeps popping up in your articles, niacinamide. It's a form of vitamin B3, and it's super effective because it strengthens your skin barrier, reduces inflammation and hyperpigmentation. So it helps with pores and uneven skin tone, all at a cellular level.
Wow, a custom blend with niacinamide. That's cool. I've also been noticing this recurring theme of clean beauty in the articles you sent. Does Dua Lipa's routine reflect that preference?
Yeah, definitely. When we look at her moisturizer, the Youth to the People Adaptogen Deep Moisture Cream, it fits right in with that idea.
Yeah.
Your sources highlight that it's vegan and silicone-free, and people love how rich and hydrating it feels.
Yeah.
All from plant-based ingredients.
Sounds so luxurious and in line with that clean beauty philosophy. And of course, we can't forget the most important step in any good skincare routine.
Sunscreen. You got it. From what your research shows, Dua Lipa uses the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen SPF 40. It's a favorite for a reason. It's totally invisible, weightless, and super important for someone like her. It doesn't leave a white cast on camera.
Which makes total sense, especially since she's always in sunny places. So what about lip care? That can be easy to forget, but it's clearly part of a complete routine. What does your research say about that?
Your sources mention her using the Laneige lip sleeping mask. And it seems like she doesn't just use it at night. A few sources say she uses it during the day too to keep her lips hydrated.
So her whole routine is about gentle cleansing, targeted treatments with powerful ingredients like that niacinamide, tons of hydration, and never skipping sunscreen. And she's into cleaner formulations. Now let's talk about the when. When did Dua Lipa start getting serious about her skincare?
Based on the timeline from all those articles and interviews, it looks like her real focus on skincare started around 2020 during the pandemic lockdowns. With more time at home, it seems like she used that opportunity to really learn about and take care of her skin.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of people use that time for self-care. What did your research show about how her interest in skincare changed after that?
Well, your findings show that she started getting more and more involved with wellness and beauty brands starting around 2023. It's like she was going beyond just her own routine and maybe getting interested in the business side of things.
And based on some of the industry news you included, it seems like that interest might have developed even further. I remember seeing something about her maybe starting her own beauty company.
Exactly. In 2024, there were definitely rumors in the beauty industry news. You sent hints that she might be creating her own skincare line. That's a pretty big sign that she's passionate about it, maybe even developing some serious expertise.
So by 2025, how do your sources describe the role of skincare in her overall image and brand?
It seems like by this point, skincare has become a core part of how she presents herself. That's based on your analysis of her social media and interviews. It's not just about looking good for the cameras anymore. It's connected to her overall health, her confidence, and it's become a regular self-care ritual for her.
It's so cool to see that progression. I've also noticed that her nighttime skincare routine videos on TikTok have gotten tons of views.
Oh yeah, for sure. Those videos went totally viral. Millions of people have seen them.
Yeah.
And from the comments and all the engagement, it's clear that her fans are super interested in her skincare routine and the products she uses, which again just shows how much influence she has in the beauty world.
Okay, so we've covered the who, what, and when. Now let's talk about where. Where does Dua Lipa go for professional skincare treatments?
According to your sources, of course.
Well, since she's always traveling, your research shows that she gets treatments in a few key places. In London, it seems like she's a regular at Dr. Barbara Sturm's clinic, which, Dr. Sturm is a big name.
Yeah.
So this tells us that Dua is into scientifically backed high-end treatments.
Dr. Sturm is definitely at the top of her game. What about when she's in LA? A lot of celebrities spend time there.
Yeah, when she's in Los Angeles, it looks like she's loyal to celebrity esthetician Shani Darden. Her facials are super popular, and Dua Lipa's even mentioned and praised her on social media, so that tells you something.
For sure. In today's beauty world, those social media shout-outs mean a lot. Are there any other specific treatments that she gets based on your research?
It seems so. Several of your articles mention her being a big fan of lymphatic drainage massage, especially before big events like tours or red carpets. This type of massage helps move fluid around, which reduces swelling and makes your face look more sculpted, especially around the jawline. Yeah, that makes sense for getting that red carpet ready look. Did your deep dive uncover any other interesting habits, like even when she's traveling?
This one's a little funny, but it really shows how committed she is. One of your sources mentioned that she uses the Dr. Dennis Gross LC mask on airplanes. So even when she's up in the air, she's still sticking to her routine.
That's serious dedication. Okay, so we've talked about who, what, when, and where. Now for the big question, why? Why is Dua Lipa's skincare routine such a big deal? Why are people so interested in it?
I think a big part of it, and this comes up a lot in your sources, is that she seems both relatable and aspirational. She uses some high-end products, but then also some that are more affordable. And she's pretty open about her routine.
Yeah, I agree. From what you've found, it doesn't feel like her routine is totally out of reach for most people, even if some of the products are a bit pricey.
Exactly. And she makes skincare seem like a natural part of a cool, confident lifestyle. It's not like this chore. It's more like a form of self-care that contributes to her whole image and well-being. It's part of her vibe.
And you can't deny the results. From all the pictures and videos you sent, her skin always looks healthy and glowing. And she doesn't wear much makeup, which is a goal for a lot of people.
Totally. That natural, healthy look is super desirable.
Okay.
And for Gen Z and millennials, especially the ones following her online, she represents this perfect mix of health self-care and effortless beauty. That's why she's so influential and why her routines are always trending.
Yeah, it's that combination of being relatable and seeing real results that's getting people's attention. It's clear from your sources.
Definitely. It's not just about the specific products. It's about the bigger message of making self-care a priority and the confidence that seems to come with that.
So we've covered who, what, when, where, and why. Now for our bonus question, how? How does Dua Lipa manage to keep up with this skincare routine when she's so busy?
This comes down to consistency and making it a priority. Those themes are everywhere in your research. She said in interviews that she sticks to her morning and evening skincare routines no matter what, and she travels with smaller versions of her must-have products so it's easier to keep up with everything.
Makes sense for someone who's always on the go. It's about making it work with her lifestyle.
And it's not just about the products themselves. Your sources also talk about how she focuses on internal wellness, like drinking chlorophyll water, taking collagen supplements, and doing hot yoga whenever she can.
So it's not just what she puts on her skin, it's also about taking care of her body from the inside out.
Right.
Like your holistic health articles suggest.
Exactly. And a few sources also mention that she meditates. She believes that being mindful helps her feel balanced overall, and she sees a connection between that inner peace and how healthy and good her skin looks.
It really emphasizes that skincare isn't just this superficial thing. It's part of a bigger picture of self-care, like all those wellness sources you sent were talking about.
Yeah, her whole philosophy, from what I can tell from your research, is beauty from the inside out. The skincare routine is just one part of a bigger approach that includes diet, exercise, and mental well-being.
That's such an important takeaway for everyone listening. Whether you're a huge Dua Lipa fan or just interested in skincare, it's about understanding the core principles, not just copying a list of products.
So true. It's about being consistent, figuring out what your own skin needs, and realizing that how healthy you are on the inside shows on the outside.
This has been such a cool deep dive into Dua Lipa's 2025 skincare routine, and it's all based on those amazing sources you sent. Whether you want to improve your own routine or just want to know what a global icon like Dua Lipa does, there are definitely things here that everyone can learn from.
Absolutely. And it makes you think about your own approach to self-care. What are the things you won't skip no matter what? What aspects of your internal health could you focus on more?
That's such a good point. It's not about following someone else's routine exactly. It's about getting inspired and finding things that work for you and your lifestyle. Maybe it's about finding that balance between a consistent daily routine and adding in more specific treatments when you need them. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into your Dua Lipa skincare research.
Anytime. It's always fun to break down these routines.
And for all of you listening, think about this. In a world where celebrities are always telling us what to buy and beauty trends change all the time, what really stands out to you about Dua Lipa's approach? Is it the consistency, the focus on internal wellness, or that mix of high-end and affordable products? And how can you use those same ideas to feel good about yourself and have that radiant skin?
If you loved this deep dive, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories of your favorite influencers. Drop a comment below who should we cover next. Stay curious, and see you next time.
Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget.